What is the definition of a hypothalamus?
The definition of hypothalamus is a thing in your brain that sends information to other parts of your body to do other things.
Okay. What would you say if you knew that it controlled normal activities like eating and drinking?
Yup.
Do you know what the cerebral cortex is?
I am not aware of what it is.
Do you know where it is?
I also do not know.
It's the intricate fabric of the neural cells that covers the brain.
That is very interesting.
Yes, it is. It is also the body's ultimate processing center.
Fascinating.
Now that you know that, do you know where it would be in the body? Do you know what the hippocampus is?
No.
Do you know like where it is on the body? It's in the brain, that's right, but like, if you were to point to your head, where would it be? Lizzie, do you know what the thalamus is? No. Do you know where it is? No. The thalamus receives information from all senses except smell. Okay. Do you know what the frontal lobe is?
No, I do not.
Do you know where it would be on the body?
In your brain, in the front part.
In the what?
Front part of your
Ding ding ding! The frontal lobe deals with your decision making and judgment calls.
That's cool.
Do you know what the spinal cord is?
Yes, I do.
Where is it?
Right here.
In the back of your back?
Of course.
What does it do?
Supports me.
What? The spinal cord is a long, tubular bundle of nervous tissue and support cells that extends from the medulla oblongata.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah. Do you know what the corpus callosum is?
No.
Do you know where it would be in the body?
Nope. Sounds like something that's in the brain.
It is in the brain. Do you know what it does?
No.
I already asked that.
I think so. No.
Okay, well, you know there's like a left hemisphere and a right hemisphere of the brain, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the corpus callosum, this is probably wrong, but I'm still gonna say it. It connects the two hemispheres of the brain.
Oh.
You do know what it is?
Like, it's like this little bump that's like, if you see your brain, it's like the left and right lobe, and like it's like, if you like dissect your brain, it's like a network.
Okay. Do you know what the pons is? Kinda. Do you know where it is in the body? I think it's here. Like in the back of your head. In the back of your head, yeah. Oh my god, stop. It bridges your breathing. It does bridge your breathing. Thank you. Do you know what the occipital lobe is?
Well, not really, but it's a lobe, so it's probably like in your brain, right?
It is! The occipital lobe is in the brain, but do you know what it does?
Nah.
Do you know where it is in the brain?
I'm gonna have to go with like in the front. Just a shot in the dark.
Unfortunately, it's in the back of the brain.
For real?
Yeah, so like at the back of your head, like the beginning of your, like right where Jack, yeah, right there.
Oh, that's what he was doing before. Oh, that was the. Okay, I get it now.
So the occipital lobe has to do with vision. So the back of the brain helps you see in the front of the brain.
Yo, I actually knew that. That's weird to think about because actually no, it's a weird story. Never mind. But yeah, I didn't know that. I don't know what it's called, but I did know that.
Do you know what the amygdala is?
No.
Do you know where it is on the body?
No.
The amygdala is linked to fear and rage. So like, Amy, grr.
Wow.
Do you know what a temporal lobe is?
I'd say that's another part of your brain.
Do you know what it does?
Nope.
Fair enough. Temporal lobe deals with hearing. And it's right here on the side here.
Really?
Yep.
You filming this? Oh man.
I didn't know that.
Give her an A.
Why was I?
Thank you. Do you know what the reticular formation is?
No clue now.
Do you?
Do you know where it would be in the body?
Sounds like it's gonna be in the brain.
Ding, ding, ding. It's the nerve network that controls arousal.
So would it be near the brainstem?
Yes, it is near the brainstem. That's so good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you know what the medulla oblongata is?
No.
Can you guess like where in the brain it would be?
The front?
Actually, no. No, I don't think so. Do you know what the medulla oblongata? It's in the back of the brain, so you could have said side and you would have been close, but you said front. So you were semi-close. Thank you. I got it in the head. It's in the head.
But what does it do though?
Do you know what it does? I already asked that. Do you know what the pituitary gland is?
I think it helps with growth.
Do you know where it is on the body?
No.
Do you know what hormones it secretes?
Somatropin and oxytocin.
Check will stop. Check will. Do you know what the cerebellum is?
I do not.
Do you know where it is?
Is it in the head?
Ding, ding, ding. The cerebellum is a tiny brain, which is the like little word that means tiny brain. And it's a leaf-like structure that controls balance in the brain.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you know what the motor cortex is?
I'm not sure what that is.
Do you know where it'd be in the body?
I'm guessing in the brain.
Ding, ding, ding. The motor cortex is an area at the rear of the frontal lobe, which is like at the back of the front,
Okay.
that controls voluntary movements.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Do you know what the somasensory cortex is?
Nah,
Do you know where it is?
front of the brain, I bet.
Actually, you're semi-right.
Semi-right?
The parietal lobes are like around here, and the somasensory cortex is in the front of the parietal lobes.
All right. Word up.
Wait, go back.
All right.
It registers and processes body touch and movement sensations.
Really? As
Yeah.
in like when you get touched, or as in like when you touch stuff?
I think when you get touched. Now your somasensory cortex is working.
I felt it like right here.
Do you know what the parietal lobe is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the parietal. The lobe. On the parietal.
What does it do?
I don't know.
Where is it?
I don't know.
Okay, well the parietal lobe helps you see and understand objects.
Yes, I know.
Now that you know that, do you know where it is?
Mm-hmm.
Point to it.
Alright, so I don't wear GoPros because I do shady stuff, so can't have that on record.
You heard it first. Walker not the shady
Wait, you're
stuff.
filming right now?
Wait for this noise.
Yo, freaking Miss Tech teacher, bro.
Oh, you can go.